We need a bloke to lead us onto the field and to make the speech at the aftermatch.
Your captain has to be able to lead himself first. He has to be able to make sure he can prepare himself. Has to have the ability to lead others.
Well, we've talked about our best backs, our best forwards, but we need a captain. Before we talk individuals, what are we looking for in a captain, Ted?
Oh, I think we're looking for somebody who leads by example, you know, off the field, lives the culture, and plays bloody well. It's a reasonably simple exercise, but hard to do.
Also, I think that ability to lead intellectually. Now, our DNA is based on number 8 wire, on being able to reinvent ourselves constantly. And there's a great story about Dave Gallaher. I just want to throw his name in. He's not in the team, but he might have been if we'd seen him play. Dave Gallaher, the captain in the 1905 Originals, on the boat on the way over, read the rule book. He saw that there was a loophole in the laws and you could play, one player could play in the backs or the forwards. So he invented a new position called a wing forward. And he played that position. Sometimes he started in the backs, sometimes he was in the forwards. So something like that, that ability to be true to our DNA, be really smart, invent yourselves, is something that we've had together, like Tana Umanga, who talked us into not having team talks, you know, didn't think they were helping, you know, aware of that, stood up for the team, and so he made a difference. Someone like Richie McCaw, academically really smart. Still upset he never got 100% for School C maths. I think he put in a request to remark it, but they still came back and said 99%.
Forgot to put his name on it, did he? Your captain has to be able to lead himself first. He has to be able to make sure he can prepare himself. Has to have the ability to lead others, and then switch out of that and really focus in on his own performance. Has to be one of the best players on the park. Needs to have the mental fortitude to stay calm and clear under pressure, and he has to be somebody the rest of the group looks at when they're under the pump. Because if they're not looking at him, they're looking at someone else, and he's not the captain. As Smithy said, you want him to understand the game because he's out there playing it, and he'll make a lot of the big decisions, no matter what you've done in training.
These two guys not bad, are they? You know?
Yeah, bit of potential.
No wonder I brought him in. Yeah,
Justin Marshall tells a great story of a game in Pretoria for Crusaders, and we were down 18-16 and like literally only minutes to go, and we were down in their 22. It was a scrum. Todd Blackadder was their skipper. Justin turned to Todd and asked, "What do you want us to do here, Todd?" And Todd said, "Just do something." So he passed the ball back to Mehrtens, and he kicked a drop goal.
It's there, he's turned around, he threw his hands in the air.
Yeah, the same guy, I can tell a story about him. He was captain of the Canterbury side in 2001, and we were playing for the Ranfurly Shield.
Today it's on the line at Jade Stadium in Christchurch as the holders Canterbury defend for the 6th time in this era against Wellington.
And we'd had about 8 penalty kick opportunities, and he wasn't taking them.
Penalty count 21-4. That's it.
Sent a message out, tell Toddy to take a bloody kick at goal. Anyway, the message came back, he said, "Oh, he doesn't want to." So I sent another message back, and anyway, we had a scrum right out in front of their sticks after a penalty. He took the scrum.
Robertson passes straight away. Aaron Major.
And he scored off it and ignited the game. I was so proud of him because he could feel the game. That's what your captains, you want them to be able to do, don't you? To understand and feel what's happening in the game. And he felt that he had them under pressure, and he wasn't frightened to make tough decisions either.
Well, we've had some great All Black captains over the years. Who have you nailed as your All Black captain?
Well, it's the time of co-captains, isn't it? Is that an easy out?
It's an easy out.
Do you think?
Yeah, yes. We need a bloke to lead us onto the field and to make the speech at the aftermatch.
Well, I'll give you an opportunity to tell me off. I'll give you an opportunity there. Well, there's 3 guys, I think, could captain the side. I think the number 8, Zinzan Brook, could captain the side. I think he'd be outstanding. Didn't have a lot of experience as a test match captain, but he was brilliant for the Blues. Obviously, Sean Fitzpatrick was probably considered our leading captain through 100 years, with Wilson Whineray. So Wilson and Fitzy, And obviously there's Richie McCaw. I think he captained the All Blacks for over 100 tests, and his record would be over 90% success as a captain of the All Blacks. Well, you can't go past that, I don't think. So Richie McCaw is probably a reasonably obvious choice.
Steve?
For me, people that you would think about as great All Black captains, you'd go Wilson Whineray. I haven't picked him, so I can't name him. BJ Lahore.
Yeah.
Didn't pick him either, so can't pick him. Fitzy, you know, if I could have picked two hookers, he'd have definitely been in, but I didn't, so I can't pick him. So it came down to two people for me. Zinni was one. I just loved his intelligence of the game, and I thought he led the Blues really, really well in your time, Ted, and I don't know if he captained the All Blacks or not, but he was a great captain, I thought, smart. So it was between him and Richie, but, you know, when a guy lifts the World Cup twice and plays as many test matches as he did and had the record he has, then you've got to back him to be your skipper, so Richie it is for me.
Actually, one guy we didn't even mention when we were talking the forwards, who was a very
Mourie.
fine All Black captain, was Grant Mourie, wasn't
Yes. I was just going to mention Graham Mourie.
Yeah.
He's not in the team, but yeah, a great thinker of the game. He and Murray Mixted, I think, as Lucy's were the two best I played with in the All Blacks. And they're not even mentioned in this group. It tells you how strong we've been over these years. For me, I've gone for Sean Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, to me, is probably the most competitive player, person, other than Zinzan Brook, that I've ever come across. Tough, never gave in to anyone, led by example. And the difference between he and someone like Richie is minimal, isn't it? It's just a matter of choice, basically. He's got to throw the ball in the line-outs. Richie's over every tackle with his head in the ruck. Fitzy's standing on the wing, able to see things a bit better, so I've picked him as my captain.
Great. Well, there we are. We've got differing ideas on captaincy. Graham considered Fitzy as well as Zinzan Brook as captain, but his decision landed on Richie McCaw because of his experience at the helm and success record, and Steve agreed. Wayne, however, gave the title of Ultimate All Black captain to Sean Fitzpatrick because he reckons he'd see a bit more than Richie head down in a ruck. We've had differing ideas on forwards and backs, but at the end of the day, I think all of the names that were thrown up just shows you the great depth and history and legacy of New Zealand rugby. Certainly hope you've enjoyed this conversation, and a special thanks to our three great rugby brains, Sir Wayne Smith, Sir Graham Henry, and Sir Steve Hansen.